All right, welcome back. I'd like to introduce you guys to season 2 of the Inner Monolog Podcast. I'm your host for the evening, Marcus, and together we got the usual suspects. You know them all, you love them all, except one maybe. Julio, Jose, and Rick.
How y'all
What
doing?
up, guys?
They don't love me, but it's cool.
Wow, I didn't even
I
hint
think
at
they
you.
love you, Julio. I think they love you. Give yourself some
Please
more credit.
comment if you like Julio.
If you don't like me, why don't you like me? And leave it in the comments below.
Bet it's the mustache.
I got the beard coming in, god damn it. Getting lined up at the end of the week.
No. Whoops.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we got a couple of announcements. Obviously, I already said this is the first episode of season 1. I mean, season 2. Wow, I fucked that up already.
Big fail.
Wow.
First episode of season 2. My apologies. Also, we've got a giveaway on this episode. We basically, if you, in order to win, basically, I'm gonna ask you guys a question. More often than it'll probably go towards the dumbass of the week segment. You respond to the question and also add the hashtag dumbass of the week or DLTW. You must be a follower of it. You must follow us, like the video, and drop that comment with the information I just specified. Over the week, we will go through all the comments. Wow, I'm fucking up.
Yeah, you
This is
are.
like the first episode.
Somebody take his alcohol away.
Hey, it is the first episode of the new season.
Don't make excuses. I gotta fall. Anyway, so in order to win the contest, you must be a subscriber. You must like the video. Comment down below. We'll go through the week, take all the comments, and pick one. You must live inside the intercontinental, not intercontinental. You must live inside the U.S. due to shipping. And best comment will be announced on episode 2 next week on the 10th.
Hold on. Is that your fan, bro?
No, that's Bulls' contractors working on the house.
Okay, for sure.
They're still working at what? 10 o'clock?
Yeah,
Yeah, these dudes are desperate.
it's Texas.
There's not enough of them to go around, bro. That's what it is.
Beer.
We promised them a 6-pack.
I bet you did.
Well, 4.
Hey, I'll give them a 12-pack just to stop.
I'll give them my last beer to stop.
Damn.
Share this amongst yourselves.
They won't come back the next morning to finish the job, that's for sure.
So go ahead and let the people know what the contest is, though. Like what they got to do as far as your question.
What's the
What's the
prize?
prize?
All right, so we're introducing a new segment called Dumbass of the Week. We'll let you guys know exactly what that is later on in the show. But the question I'm going to ask you guys is, what is if you found it on the internet or you witnessed it personally, tell us your pick for Dumbass of the Week. We'll go through those and pick one. When it will be announced on episode 2. And
All right.
I think Jose has to announce the winner of the IG giveaway contest.
Yep. So
Oh yeah, if you didn't know what the mask is, Fuckface has it.
there's also a photo of me wearing that mask if you want to see how it looks on better looking person.
Yeah.
Just kidding, Julio. I love you. But
No, you
we did have a IG giveaway as well. Officially started last Monday and it closed yesterday on Sunday. So some stats on that giveaway. It was active for 7 total days. Had 61 unique users enter, and a total of 323 Instagram handles tagged to this entry.
Jeez.
Nice.
One response. I'm not sure if they were more excited about the $20 Amazon gift card or the face mask that Julio's wearing right now. I'm leaning towards probably the face mask. That shit's pretty awesome.
Yeah, you won't get the exact one he's wearing.
It'll be brand new and used, just for the record. So
Got it right here.
Put it
before
down.
the winner, I want to give a few shout outs for people that really entered. So we had 3 people that had more than 20 unique entries. So that was Proud Mom 19-2, One Equal Ducky, and Philly Costin. So thank you for all those tags. And
Appreciate it.
now the pick is in. So the winner is. Can I get some? And the first winner of the giveaway is Ganji. So Ganji, congratulations! I will be dropping you a story later today.
Yeah.
Give
Cheers.
Carter
Good
Master. So
job.
thank you for entering.
Ganji, congratulations. Did I get that right?
Yep, you got that right.
Yeah.
I want to say it's Ganji, asshole. Whoops.
My apologies.
I'm gonna throw in some
apologize.
stickers just in case I put the name because I don't know if I got it 100% right either.
Yeah, Marcus, she's gonna get the stickers. She's gonna get the stickers before you get yours.
Yeah, whose fault is that?
You should have put him in charge.
Fuck.
Oh, sounds like excuses, boys.
Okay.
Fucking with you.
Goddamn, Rick. All right, so let's go ahead and get it underway with the first joke of the day. What's worse than waking up at a party with a penis drawn on your face?
What?
What's
Finding
that?
out it was traced.
Nice.
Ooh,
That's pretty bad.
Damn.
That is bad. That's
Yeah,
bad.
that's pretty bad.
Especially if it's that big.
Oh shit. Not even the decency for a full sizer, huh?
I guess you're happy with any dick drawn.
Does it make it Does it make it worse if it's limp or hard?
Damn, I didn't even think of that.
I mean, that kind of, you gotta ask yourself, the dude wasn't hard, are you attractive enough for that guy?
Would you feel more insulted if it was fucking flaccid or not?
Yo, better question. Hold on. What if it was traced on after going inside of another guy's ass?
Why?
I mean, that's just overthinking it. That's just
That's way
overthinking it.
Why is it you need to go that goddamn far?
I
Kills
got
it.
a better question. What if it just landed from outer space and it was actually an alien in the shape of a penis?
Oh shit.
Now that's better.
Martians have been on
Dick
your
aliens.
Damn, these little guys are made
Bruh,
first
you guys
My
re-
name is Ennis.
You guys remember Jay and Silent Bob?
Yeah.
Ennis.
Yeah, when he was like, I want to be the first man to go out in outer space and see an extraterrestrial life form, and then fuck it.
Fuck it. Oh shit. That was good.
Dude, that's funny.
All right, so look what I found. And I gotta go with Jose and this hot vaccine. Am I correct?
Yeah, you're correct. So not only do we have vaccine culture right now, which is really popular to show everyone you got vaccinated, to go get your vaccination wearing your Sunday best, but now there's the Pfizer elite. So people that are getting the Pfizer vaccine are calling themselves hot and badass. So there's one user that went as far as saying, like, I know getting the Pfizer vaccine is random, but every baddie I know got the Pfizer, so it can't be a coincidence. And I was like, you just contradict yourself. You said it was random and can't be a coincidence. It's definitely a coincidence. But
coincidence is not random. It's stupid.
This goes based off how much supply of either vaccine is in the area, you dumbass.
I was gonna say
that's not what we're getting at, bro.
That's the
I know. It's like, how does he think that it's just whatever?
That's super simping, bro. That's literally super simping because you're basically simping on all the hot girls that live in your area and hoping that they don't understand how vaccine distribution systems work.
Yeah.
So you basically tell them, like, Pfizer vaccine's hot, which means
Yeah, selected from Moderna. I can't be with you.
I mean, I saw a meme that had like a guy at a club talking to a girl and said, "Did you get Pfizer or Moderna?" That's going to be now the way you differentiate whether she's dating material or not, I guess. What vaccine they got?
Oh, come to think of it, didn't you get the Pfizer?
I did, and I just got my second dose on Saturday.
You fucker.
That's all the baddies are getting it, so of course I had to get it.
Damn.
I guess all the long swinging.
kid.
How's your wife feel about that, Jose?
Yeah, she's
I mean,
a baddie.
she married him, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess motherfuckers with swinging dicks are getting Johnson and Johnson. Is that what it is?
Hey, I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
That's that
There we
trend.
go.
That's
I
that
guess
trend.
so.
Long
Grand
and slow.
J.
But I mean, if we're looking at this objectively. You know, Pfizer had a 95% efficacy rate. Moderna was 94%. So a big whoop, 1% more for Pfizer. And then it's a 1 week difference between when you got your second dose. But other than that, they're the same. But others are saying that Pfizer just sounds like it's like luxury rich.
Yeah,
'Cause
the
it's,
P on Pfizer makes it sound royalty.
Because the P's silent. The silent P. Pfizer.
I mean, there's a silent K in knife. Don't make knives fancy.
True. And they're comparing it with I think they said like Prada, Fendi.
Mercedes.
No, I hear that. Yeah, no.
Apparently,
I can see
penises
that.
get hard in silence, so there's that.
And they're saying like Moderna is just basically trying too hard because they're trying to say like they're modern, cutting edge vaccines. So
The
Moderna.
name is Moderna.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
No, but I get what Jose's saying. It sounds very close to Moderna.
Moderna, yeah.
I don't know. Is it just me, or does it just feel like our society as a whole has just like it's just turned into one giant thirst pool?
Yeah. It's like one epic first world problem to have is which vaccine you're going to get when people all over the world are like, we just want to get a vaccine, period.
Right. And the part that blows my mind is like one's better than the other, but we all got that shit for free.
Yep. Didn't pay a dime, son. Socialized medicine.
That's my point. Well, to me, it's just like if you have hate, okay.
Like if we got
like,
our
for
shit
example,
for free, then we're the elite of elites.
Yeah.
No, but like when you buy like you said, right? Like Fenty and you buy all those luxury products, you're not getting that shit for free.
Mm-mm.
No,
you might get the actually at discount at their freaking outlet store, but you're not getting.
Did any of you guys get your medical bill for how much the insurance covered on your Johnson & Johnson?
Nope.
Medical bill. What? No.
What?
I got a copy, and apparently like 2 doses of the Pfizer was like $238. That's how much my plan covered. That's it.
Question.
So
if you can afford $200, you balling.
Pretty much.
What did impress
not
me?
even you.
What was interesting though was that like we went to all these like spots to get our shots, right? And like I mean I'm sure some of you guys went to the doctor, but like for me, I went to the community college because that was one of the vaccine centers.
I went to the big ass clinic.
But they were still gonna get their money because as soon as you walk in there, right? Like as soon as you walk in there, they're like, "Can I get your insurance card?"
No.
Yep. My dad had to show his Medicare card and he went to get his.
Yeah, I did want to walk in there and be like, ¿Qué? ¿Qué hace Wilanta?
You probably could have got away with it, bro. They'd have been like, this dude doesn't have shit.
You know, just to see what would happen, because I mean, at the end of the day, it should have been free, right?
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
I mean, it was. I didn't pay for anything, so for me, it was free, but it just seems like they were still going to get their money somehow.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So how are you guys feeling after your shots?
They had mine at Costco, so I went and got mine. I feel good.
And
I know. I just
the second shot hit me hard. Like it felt like I got punched by Mike Tyson on my right arm. Like
have you seen him punch lately?
I think he still got it in that Roy Jones fight.
There ain't no think about that one. I saw him train.
Shit, if he can still hit, you
could hear the pad scream.
Yeah, bro, that's been crazy. But yeah, no, it is interesting going back to this article how we're now turning this vaccine thing into like it's part of it. Well, it's just become part of like social media culture. Like you guys said, like he was saying, Pfizer. If you got a Pfizer, you're a baddie because other people that are baddies that I know got Pfizer. Or people getting extremely dressed up to go get their shot. I seen a video where the girl is like in her wedding dress getting her shot.
Oh fuck
yeah, I seen that too.
Like it's getting to the point where what I'm assuming everyone just thought they lost their identities or some shit. So
Even
because
lost
of the pandemic, you just assume, oh well, we gotta have fun with whatever the hell is out there. So let's go ahead and glam up the vaccine.
Yeah. And
I want to be surprised if there's not like vaccination parties after people get vaccinated like the day of. I'm pretty sure it's the thing.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Like we've been having like test concerts, right? Where we've been allowing people that have been vaccinated to go to these concerts unmasked and shit like that.
Yep. Yep.
mhm.
Oh, like with those, especially like the rapid tests on the spot when you get to the front door, they're hardly accurate.
I mean, if you go to a Warriors game right now and you purchase a ticket, they'll mail you a test kit.
I'd be like,
Oh fuck, my headphones is on there. I
Did-
can't
did
take
you
the
guys-
head off.
Did you guys also read that? I think just today it was announced that the FDA is looking to approve the Pfizer on like 12 to 15-year-old.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard about that.
Yeah.
So,
And isn't
That's
Pfizer
nuts.
working like on a 1-dose pill that could help you out if you're sick with COVID?
Mm.
I didn't bring that one up.
probably.
I saw an article for it last week. I'll upload it for next week.
I mean,
But-
probably, bro. I heard if you got the Pfizer, you use a baddie, so they must be doing
Yeah.
top of the line shit.
Yeah.
That's probably gonna be another little excuse they use for like hyping it up. But
Mhm.
I also saw that people are changing their Twitter handles to like Pfizer
Twiddle.
Princess.
To twiddle.
Their Twitter. I am having Corona Refresca. It's hitting me already.
Mhm. Sounds like an empty can, son.
It's crazy.
They changed
It's
that
crazy
Twitter
how
little.
it's crazy how we're so divided in the country, right? Like, there's people that are extremely like, nah, I'm not even vaccinating myself or my kids or anybody with this vaccine because I don't know what they're putting into it. And then there's the people that are completely embracing it, like you said, changing Twitter handles, changing IG handles.
I was about to say that. You didn't. Did you get the flu shot? Did you know what the fuck was in that? No. Okay then.
I mean, think about it. A lot of the people that aren't fucking willing to take their vaccines are the same people that'll go to fucking music festivals and buy drugs off of some random guy in the bathroom.
Yep. Yeah, and I think my last comment on this thing was, I guess someone on Twitter had mentioned that a family member of them's got Moderna, and they said like, "Oh, that's nice. We need a strong middle class." So they're associating
Jeez.
Oh my
middle class,
god.
and apparently like Team Pfizer is saying they're joking, but there's always some truth in
That's
jest.
so petty, bro.
Hey, all good jokes have some truth in them, nah?
Exactly.
Yep.
That's why it's so funny when I make fun of how fat Julio is.
Speaking of jokes, you might think this one is. So apparently, this woman's 19-year-old son started an OnlyFans for her, and now he wants a cut.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, dude. The young man's name is Leonard Hathaway,
Yep.
and so I read the article, and I'm not sure. Yeah, Lucine Durant.
Durante.
Like, that's
Bernardo
Durante.
Hathaway.
She's a model, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Brazilian
so-
model.
She's a Brazilian model that won like Bum World. She was like the Miss Bum World winner back in the day.
Is that made up?
And,
Are you
Nah,
being
bro,
sarcastic,
it's-
bro? No.
nah,
Right
bro.
on.
She was also on Playboy. Like, I'm being for real.
Yeah, that's some good games.
Yeah, so she was the Bum winner in 2020.
Oh,
That's
damn.
recent. That's recent.
Damn.
Every time I hear Bum Bum, I keep thinking back to that stupid song. Now what the Bum Bum?
Yeah. So apparently, like, his mom has been really supportive of him being a male model. And the weird part, aside from him starting an OnlyFans for his mom, is that the dude's only 19, right? But apparently, he's also appeared like without any clothes on in men's magazines before.
Yep, in London.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, we also. So I heard also that that woman's not the only one. There's a couple of others. One of which has her teenage daughter take her pictures for her.
Yeah, bro. She actually goes under the name of Atomic Kitten. Her
Yep.
name is Carrie Katona, whatever. Yeah, she apparently poses, and sometimes her 13-year-old daughter is the photographer.
Yo, that's pretty.
Yeah, no, and her excuse is just the fact that like her children know that she does this, so they're comfortable with her doing this. And the reason why they're okay with her doing this is because of the revenue that it brings in.
I mean, I guess there's like also like that whole body positivity talk in there, but still, that's pretty young to be like.
No, that's not even body positivity, dude. This is a woman literally posing naked and letting her family get in on it.
Yeah, I mean,
body positivity is something completely different. If that's what you're promoting, fine. But I don't see OnlyFans and body positivity going hand in hand.
I just don't see it as I personally would not be okay with somebody that I knew telling me that their underage child was the one taking these very lewd pictures of themselves.
Right.
Like that is that is a light that your children do not need to see.
For. That's why cameras have timers. That's why they invented tripods.
Yeah.
Shit,
Or even like the hand
saw our
gestures,
damn
right?
GTA photos.
My phone that I can use to take pictures with.
Y'all saw the GTA photos on us. I don't know if I took all my pictures by myself.
No, I had some help. My wife helped me out, but I definitely could have done it if she was busy. I could have done it. I have a tripod. I have a timer on my phone. I don't know. I just think that we're indoctrinating women at too young of an early age and to be sexualized and value themselves based on their sexuality.
And then you tell us not to sexualize you.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what you're putting out. And I guess I'm mansplaining, apparently, if that's the term. But if you think about it, you dress up a certain way for attention. You can say that it's for positivity or you think it looks cute, but back in the day, women who wore that shit were normally sluts, hoes, and every other kind of name you can think of.
King girls.
And the only thing now is you guys just normalized it. So you mean to tell me you think it's okay for a 6-year-old to walk around in a miniskirt? But then y'all got the nerve to sit here and get mad at us when we're saying that shit. Like, what if you let your sons walk out like that? What if they just walked out in their drawers with one nut hanging out?
I've seen people that we went to high school with, like they have their kids that are now like 13, 14, and some of them let their daughters wear 2 pieces of shit to the beach, and I'm just like, I don't think your parents would let you wear that at that age. Why would you let your kids wear that at that age?
I don't know about the bathing suit thing.
Well, to me, it's not even about like. I couldn't agree with everything that you said, Bulls, just simply by the fact that like women should be allowed to wear whatever they want. You know what I mean? And men shouldn't have to like constantly catcall them. But I do have a serious problem if you have your 13-year-old daughter taking pornographic pictures of yourself and then normalizing that idea to her at such an early age.
Because she's basically just going to turn around and do that same shit.
Mother did it and it was good for her. I'll do it too.
And then you can't turn around and say, well, I did it because I needed this, that, and the other. You can't do it because she's only going to follow the example you set for her.
And and that kid's going to say the exact same argument. Well, I have rent to pay. I have bills to pay. I have wants and needs that require financial stability. So boom.
Okay, that last part, but
here's the irony, though.
And bills.
Here's the irony.
These are kids.
And
when they get older, dumbass.
In the article,
they won't live at home.
It says that like the average OnlyFans user gets like $180 a month off the platform. So kids are trying to think like, oh, I can pimp my parent into this and like make it rich. Not really. $180 a month.
And then a lot of these women had like backgrounds, right? Like the 19-year-old guy's mom was like Miss Bum Bum winner. Wow. Like people knew about her. She had a
following.
Yeah, and once dudes heard, oh, she's online getting nude, I'm paying for that. Ooh.
Well, duh, because people who are fans also want to see their favorite, idols naked.
Oh yeah, of course.
I just have I
wouldn't say no to seeing Rihanna naked.
I have a problem with the idea that like women are buying into the concept that this is women empowerment, right? Like there was that Formula One racer. She like I think it was last year. She stopped racing because she could make more money on OnlyFans than being a Formula One racer.
That's sad.
just on today on Twitter, I saw, I don't know what the girl's name is because I don't really follow UFC very well, but she just started her OnlyFans and she's charging ridiculous prices for her pictures and stuff like that.
There was
But
that
like,
EMT out of New York that started her OnlyFans last year because she couldn't afford to pay her bills during the pandemic when you're working the most.
I guess what I'm trying to get at is that like we're teaching, we're not teaching because women are allowed to do whatever they want to do, you know, as far as being an adult, but we're almost convincing women that the easy money is the way to go.
Yep.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's not even almost, dude.
in those cases you mentioned, Rick, like they're proven true. The fact that like a UFC fighter can make more than their profession, that Formula One fighter like driver can make more than profession, like that's it's fucked up. That's the way it
Which
works.
basically it basically
more money.
enforces the damn phrase "sex sells."
Pretty
Well,
much.
sex is always sold. I mean,
Yeah.
that's never going to change. Whether you're a male or a female, sex is always going to sell. What I'm getting at is that, like, how many guys do you know would quit
use
being a
minors.
doctor to start their own OnlyFans? You know what I mean? Like these women, there's women that look up to these women, and they're opening doors for these women. But when they do things like this and they like quit their careers, they're only setting the wrong example for women in the future. And as we all know, like, you know, like the, I guess the equivalent of that would be like us being drug dealers, right?
Yep.
And we all know that quick money dries up.
I do look like one right now.
You know what I mean? Like quick money dries up. No, we wouldn't raise our men to with the idea that like you need to not try to find a career or a good stable job when you can be out here in these streets selling drugs.
That's right.
Yeah, in today's society, the apparent acceptable measure of a man is what can you pay for? How much money is in your bank account?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much all they care about now. Wants to pay for everything, but then you got the nerve to say you independent. I'm sorry, that's the opposite. You're dependent. You need somebody to pay for your stuff because either you can't or don't want to. How are you independent?
Yeah, if you can't see me at dinner and go 50-50,
That's not what I meant.
Well, I think both of you guys are kind of like making general statements here, but that's fine. Yeah, I mean, back to the topic. I think get your money, but don't involve your kids in that scheme because
Yeah,
they're learning the wrong things.
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong. It sounds like a lot of these women that were on these articles, like they started their OnlyFans due to the pandemic.
Yeah,
so hey,
pretty much doing what they have to
I
do.
get that, but like as a stripper, you wouldn't bring your kid to the strip club.
Yeah, we hope not.
At least I hope you wouldn't.
Right.
It's the same concept for me. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, get your money in whatever way you want. Do whatever you want to do. Dress the way you want to dress as a woman because women should have every right that a man has. But involving your kids in it is not the right thing. It's like indoctrinating us indoctrinating our young men to be drug dealers because we sell drugs and that was our only way out of the hood. It just doesn't make sense. Why would you essentially anchor your kid to the same lifestyle that you chose?
Right.
And some of y'all end up coming out of that, and you see it from the other side, and you don't want your children doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know they're going to throw it in your face. Well, you did it. Kids are notorious for throwing stuff like that back in your face. Which is why you got to be careful what you show them, what you allow them, and what you basically deem is acceptable for them to basically accept as well. So if they accept it, it's pretty much gospel because you did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I basically said all I had to say on this subject as far as it being like not okay. I do not agree with that article. Even in some of the pictures within the article where the kid was with his mom, it almost didn't even seem like that was his mom.
That looked very creepy.
It was a little creepy.
Like unnatural.
It wasn't even a little creepy. It was complete, total creepsville.
Yeah, like it. He was way too close and way too comfortable being that close.
Yeah, see, it's not even the close. It was that damn pose. Period. Like,
Yeah.
it.
I think we're sexualizing everybody too much too early. If that makes sense to you guys, whether it's males or females, I think the idea that we are grasping onto the idea that sex sells a little too much, and essentially closing down other avenues and making it known to like children at a very early age that if you sexualize yourself, you'll have a chance to make more money as opposed to if you educate yourself.
Yeah.
That's a different type of wealth.
I mean, shit. I'm gonna take it back to I think either 90s or 2000s, but you look at like boy bands back in the day, and you got like Backstreet Boys, and that straight up like seen in the rain, getting all, like all wet.
Yeah,
dude. I remember when that was even. I remember when even that was controversial. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Britney Spears in her first video with like the schoolgirl uniform and the top tied around her, like right around the center of her breast, and now it's like a big problem.
Crop top?
No, it was a button up, bro. I know
it was a button up shirt, like the schoolgirl.
She was in a super short skirt, and it was a button up shirt.
It was like the little like
being button.
It was the prep school uniform, like the skirt and the button up shirt, like tied around her breast. But,
yeah, that's called a crop top.
No, it's not. But whatever.
Anyway, moving on. We go ahead and show with another dirty joke. All right. So a small boy asks his dad, "What is politics?" He said, "Well, son, let me try and explain it this way. I'm the breadwinner of the family, so we'll call me capitalism. Your mom, she's the administrator of the money, so we're going to call her the government. We're here to take care of your needs, so we'll call you the people. The nanny will consider her the working class, and your baby brother will call him the future. Now think about that and see if it makes sense." So the little boy goes off to bed thinking about what his dad said. Later that night, he hears the baby crying, so he gets up to go check on him. He finds the baby has severely soiled his diaper. The little boy goes to the parents' room, finds his mother sound asleep. Not wanting to wake her, he goes to the nanny's room. Finding the door locked, he peeks through the keyhole, and he sees his dad having sex with the nanny. He gives up and goes back to bed. The next morning, the little boy says to his dad, "Dad, I understand the concept of politics." The father says, "Good, son. Tell me about it in your own words." And the little boy says, "Well, capitalism is screwing the working class, the government is sound asleep, the people are being ignored, and the future is in deep shit."
Nice.
I would say that's accurate.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah, that kid's smart.
Damn, he's going places.
Wise. All right, so fuck my life. And then this one, we've got quite a few. So we'll start with the Jerusalem rabbi accused of being a covert Christian missionary from New Jersey.
So I guess we could call him the double agent of Christianity.
The
double OT.
Right.
Double OJC? I don't know.
Right. So
Mission
apparently
Impossible.
this guy had been living in Israel for about 7 years now. And prior to that, so I guess in Israel, there's like watchdogs to make sure that, there's nobody trying to indoctrinate young Jewish people into Christianity, because it's almost illegal to like preach Christianity to somebody under 18 in Israel. Now, it's okay if you do it to adults, but you need parents' consent to do this to minors. But apparently this dude and his family had been under surveillance for about 7 years. And to this watchdog group, he actually popped up on their radar in 2014. And they were watching him closely, but when he kind of caught wind onto them, so what they were doing, he disappeared and vanished and then somehow popped up in another city in Israel. Right?
Choking on dick there, bulls?
And so, and the way this happened was because I guess his youngest daughter had gone to school and had told one of her buddies, like, "Yo, like, you know that Jesus will accept you even if you're wrong. So that's how he popped back up on the radar. But apparently he'd been in Israel for like 7 years, to the point where like he had even conducted some Jewish weddings and fucking yeah, dude. This dude was like all the way in.
Yeah.
His
My
wife.
question. So if he's a covert missionary, does that mean all those weddings are null and void?
Maybe
Ooh, that's a good
it
question.
might be, but like, did anybody else think of that song like "Secret"? Agent
Man.
Man. when you guys were reading this story, because it's crazy. Like he was so undercover that like when his wife passed away back in 2020, she was even buried in a Jewish cemetery in Israel.
That boy was deeper than most DEA agents.
He's deeper than Julio's ever been.
I don't know about that.
Waist deep.
Balls deep, bitch.
Man,
He
that
said
story gives
deeper, bitch.
a departed run for his money. I thought that was undercover.
Like, dude,
Right.
when I was reading this article, I was playing the James Bond soundtrack.
That was it.
So I was reading the article and Mission Impossible came to mind. Dun, dun,
Yep.
dun, 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 dun.
Rogue
It was
Nation.
insane.
Shit. Drop down on the newspaper, and that's the article on the page.
Right. No, I just thought it was crazy in the sense that like I didn't actually think that. I mean, I get it. Like, yes, I know that religion is a massive thing globally, right? But I didn't think there was like agents trying to infiltrate each other's religions to
Well,
convert.
why the hell not? I mean, you got super spies, now you got super priests.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. But like, you'd think that like this is something that was mostly like people should make up their own mind. You know, believe what you want to believe. Just
spy
like
priests.
I've told you guys before,
This
believe
will
what
make
you
a good
want to believe.
novel.
Just don't be a shitty person.
Yep.
This will be a good novel or a good movie.
I mean, when he was confronted though, like he strictly denied everything, you know, and he even goes as far as saying that he was born
He's trying to
Jewish.
save him. He's trying to save
No,
people.
he said he was born Jewish and he repented for his past missionary work 7 or 8 years ago.
What did he do for his past missionary work?
So
If he
apparently
repented?
he was part of like he was born Jewish but then converted to Christianity and then repented and then went back to being Jewish.
Well,
So like where do we believe him? Do we not?
Hmm.
I
I mean,
can't.
you're allowed to change your religion, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. I mean,
But
beliefs,
then
your beliefs change from
it's
time to
now
time.
become the question whether or not if you're a covert like missionary, that kind of sounds like you're basically trying to convert people from the inside of another religion.
It's almost like trying to throw a coup or start a mutiny.
So basically, he's saying he's no longer Christian.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Well,
So he claims to have been born Jewish and even have been part of a family that was like that had ties to like the Holocaust and everything coming back. But I guess they've done research and everything, and there's no sign that actually show as proof that he has any Jewish roots. But he keeps claiming that he was born Jewish, and that's why he went to Israel, to like live a Jewish lifestyle and everything.
Swear to God, I'm gonna trank every single one of those dogs.
I want to like shoot my neighbors to keep blowing.
Bro, that sounds like a dog orgy in your house.
Yeah, that's the reason why. Everybody's just getting it.
You gotta stop giving them blue chew pills.
It sounds like that rabbi creating like his own backstory, and he really believes it.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. No.
Yeah, that's possible.
I could see that too.
Was that movie with Liam Neeson and like this other chick where he thinks he's actually legit married to her, like but they're like both undercover pretending to be a married couple?
Damn.
Shit.
I have no idea, but I thought
what
you
you're
were gonna
talking
go.
about.
I thought you were gonna go with
talking
like
about.
some Shutter Island shit.
Shutter Island would be another great example of like really being like indoctrinated, believing your backstory.
Or what about Total Recall?
Mm.
Yeah.
The new one or the old one?
The new one where the dude is actually a captured a rebel.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So what if he really was born Jewish and has Jewish backgrounds, but then somehow the Christian church captured him, converts him, teaches him, gets him to believe that he's actually like Christian, and then sends him over. Yeah.
Now go
do their dirty work for him.
Soldier.
All right, so that Liam Neeson movie was Unknown. I just looked it up on Google.
Unknown.
So, Unknown.
I've not seen that one, but I definitely gotta check that one out. So
all
yeah,
right.
guys, that's literally all the stories I have this week for you guys.
All right, so moving on to, I'm probably gonna butcher his name, but Felix Verdejo surrenders to authority, charged in carjacking, kidnapping, and killing an unborn child.
God damn.
Yeah, and shit, I'm gonna give you that pronunciation right. I think you probably can say it better than I can right at this point.
Yeah, bro, you did good.
Did good. So, yeah. So just to give you guys further backstory before I jump into the story, in Puerto Rico, there's been just a mass intake of women getting killed, especially tied to domestic violence. That in October of last year, they passed a new law activating the pink alert or alerta roja. So it's meant to be kind of like Amber Alert for missing minors, but this alert applies to missing women over the age of 18. With suspected ties to like domestic abuse related incidents. So essentially, this past Sunday, Felix Verdejo, which is a professional boxer, represented Puerto Rico in the 2012 Olympics, turned himself into Puerto Rican authorities, basically for killing the woman he was having an affair with. So her name was Keisha Rodriguez Ortiz, also 27.
Did you say Keisha?
Keisha. Yeah.
Okay.
Keisha Rodriguez Ortiz.
Sound like she got family in New York.
Yeah.
Brooklyn, to be exact.
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
So Felix Verdejo is married, but he's been having an affair with this woman that he knows since middle school. And they've been having, I think, a decades-long affair. Damn. And this woman had contacted Felix to just say, like, hey, I'm pregnant. It's just your kid.
Hold up. After 10 years, he's still shooting blanks and finally hit his mark?
You finally hit the target? Damn, bro.
Damn, boy was fucking rolling straight sevens for 10 years, bro.
For real, man.
He played at the craft table, hitting 31 black when he wanted 29.
If it's boxing shots are as good as the shots he's shooting in the bedroom, I could see why Puerto Rico didn't win a medal.
Shit, boys, game was on 100.
Yeah. He finished 5th in that Olympics, so you're right, Rick. He
he also finished last in making babies, apparently.
But
that's insane, though, bro. Like, I don't know. I mean, he's a professional boxer, right? So why not just take the L?
Yeah. Well, some people are saying that he took too many hits to the head. Like he has like mental issues now from all the boxing.
There's a lot of studies about like trauma to the head causing violent death.
No one cares.
No way. For real? Are you telling me that if you repeatedly get punched in the head, there could be side effects to that? I'm no scientist, but I think that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. So then just kind of
no need to report
Julio,
it.
I think what you're talking about is CTE, by the way.
So just to finish the story on Keisha, apparently she had a message Felix asked to meet up. And when they met up, Felix Verdejo punched her and then injected her with some drugs that he had bought. And then put her in a bag after she's already kind of been dead and tossed her into like the river from a bridge. And he got surveillance.
To make this shit look like an overdose?
Yeah, trying to make it look like an overdose.
Did you say that they have surveillance?
I think they got like video, not very clear, of like someone like throwing a body off a bridge.
Oh fuck!
That's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm no expert, but I don't think anybody that overdoses puts himself in a bag and then throws himself off a bridge
Mm-hmm.
in said bag. It just doesn't add up.
You could have dumped him like in some random dumpster in an alley. And you'd have been fine.
He
That
murdered
still
a
wouldn't make
fucking
sense.
unborn child.
That still wouldn't make sense.
That's
You know
the
what I
only
mean?
thing I'm hung up on right now.
Could have gone in the dumpster to shoot up an OD.
Are you telling me that people climb into dumpsters to shoot up? That's what you're saying. That's the story you want to go with. We got a bunch of homeless people climbing into random ass dumpsters to shoot up. You know, for somebody that grew up in San Francisco, you really don't know how people shoot up.
Even I do.
Whatever.
But yeah, like, it's fucking insane at the fact that, like, bro, just own your shit. Like, this child had nothing to do with it. You did this. This was your long affair.
And you killed them both.
Yeah.
Like, you're a piece of shit, and I hope that you do rot in that jail.
I hope so. I know he's a boxer and everything, but somebody's gonna make him his bitch in jail.
Oh,
I
fuck
hope that your head isn't the only thing taking blows in jail, bro.
Yeah. So I mean, his career is practically done because Top Rank removed all like his boxer profile on the website. I just went into the Olympic website, and for 2012, you don't have his photo there anymore. So rest in peace to his career, but he fucking deserves everything he gets.
Bro, I hope you get fucked in the ass by Rusty Mike. Oh wait, it would probably be Rusty Miguel.
Probably.
I don't know how to say Rusty in Spanish.
Yeah, it wouldn't sound the same, so you're good.
Yeah.
That's
all right, so
crazy, bro. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Seriously.
It's assholes like that make it more difficult for men to be men.
Mm-hmm. Because then you want to encourage let's say you want to encourage your kid to become a boxer. Mother reads an article like that, she's like, fuck no.
Well, it's not even about like the career of that. It's just, I get what Marcus is saying in the sense that like it's people like that, right? Like you claim to be a man and you want to do this and you want to do that, and on top of everything that you already have, you want to have a little snack on the side. But then when it comes time to man up for your actions, you bitch out.
You want to run and bail.
He didn't run and bail. He
murdered
the woman.
That's bitching out to me, bro. That's bitching out.
Man, that's bitching up. Like,
he should have just killed himself.
It's already bad enough that we're generalized as a group as just not being shit because of the actions of a few fucking jackasses.
Do you guys ever No, go ahead, Rick.
Nah, you go ahead, bro.
You guys remember a boxer named Edwin Valero?
Vaguely.
Well, he's like prominent back in the early 2000s, late 2000s. But in 2010, he basically killed his wife, and then he committed suicide after doing that.
Oh yeah, that dude.
He should have just killed himself.
Yeah, and he was like an undefeated boxer, had a shit ton of KOs, and was like being targeted for like a Manny Pacquiao showdown. And even all that fame, all that money, still something wasn't right.
That's insane. I mean, I honestly believe that it's one of those situations where like it doesn't matter how big you get. You know what I mean? Some people just grow up in really tough situations, and I'm not justifying any of these actions. Just let me just clarify that right now. But I do feel like it doesn't matter how big you get. It's why the NBA, right? Like once you're in the NBA or you're trying to get into the NFL, they do an extensive background on you because they want to know what they have to work with as far as like psychologically, because a lot of people come up from really rough neighborhoods. You know, you have all these major leaguers that are playing in the MLB that come from like third world countries, and all of a sudden have more money than they've ever dreamed of. But there's in their head, they still have to like fight for every inch they get.
Yeah.
So I feel like, like a lot of us, well, I can't even say us because, I'm not there yet, but a lot of people that come from really rough neighborhoods end up leaving the ghetto, but not getting out.
Right. They take the mentality with them.
Yeah.
So like
their entourage.
There ain't nothing wrong. There ain't nothing wrong with keeping it real and all that extra shit. Just don't be stupid with it.
Well, keeping it real changes from your environment, right? Like to where keeping it real in a middle class neighborhood means yeah, you're not gonna let your neighbor fucking build a fence on your side of the property, but you're also not gonna fucking shoot him for it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's supposed to change with every situation. It's supposed to adapt. That's how you keep it real. Just because you act in one way in this situation, because you probably needed to do it in order to survive, doesn't mean you need that same mentality when you move into a completely different one. I mean, look, 3 of us got out. Julio's still on his way.
Yeah.
Julio's pretty much out. I mean, he's definitely been hanging around more so for his parents than anything. If he really wanted to, he could have been living somewhere else.
Could have been gone a long time ago. And be honest, like the way we, pretty much the way we were from, way back when.
We're totally different people
from
now.
the people we are now. Because you adapt to every situation. It's got nothing to do with you being a sellout or you betraying, like, not keeping it real, you being fake and shit. It's got nothing to do with it. Sometimes you adapt in order to survive in your surroundings. You're in a new environment, so you figure out how to adapt and survive there.
I picked up some guy's grandma once at a house to take her like to the house of appointment, and the dude was like, "You used to be hard back in high school." And in my head, I'm like, "I was never hard in high school." But I was just like, he's probably thinking because I'm wearing an EMT uniform that looks like a cop uniform and fucking sell out. It's like, nah, bitch, I decided to do something different in my life.
And apparently, in his eyes, you were hard in high school.
I never thought I was.
That honestly says more about him than you, Julio.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Totally, dude. Shit, I am not even like
a horseshit judge.
That means that somebody actually thought you were the man in high school, bro.
I know.
That blows my mind.
That's just throwing me off.
Dude, I think I felt, bro. This is like 3, maybe 4 years. This is like in 2017. I was like, what the fuck? I couldn't even like focus on my job after he said that.
Like, I almost want to call bullshit, but I think he's not lying.
That? You couldn't focus on his job. He was so excited that somebody finally acknowledged him.
Again?
For a split second. And my partner was like this like suburban white dude who was like in his early 20s. He was just looking at me like, the fuck were you? Like, were you really? I'm like, nah, man. I was a fucking square.
Still are.
Now you're a circle.
Rick, just to tie into your comment about like the mindset, right? Like, I'm getting out the ghetto, but still not losing the mindset. I don't know if you remember this prospect back in the Giants organization, Angel Villanola.
Oh, that's yeah. I remember seeing footage of him getting arrested in Miami.
Yeah, so I mean, he was a Dominican Republic baseball player who the Giants signed as an 18-year-old, and I remember like I was big on him. I was like, yo, Barry Bonds was the past of the Giants. Buster Posey is the present. I was like, this guy is the future, and like he was ranked like #1 Giants prospect for like many years. And then he catches a murder charge back in the Dominican Republic, and that just pretty much stunts his career and just kills it.
I remember seeing video.
Exactly. Well, I mean, what's his name? From the Patriots.
Yep.
Fucking
no, not Gronk.
No, something Hernandez.
Aaron
Hernandez.
Yeah,
Aaron Hernandez. Like that dude, right? Like, I mean, even him. Yeah, let's call it what it is. He wasn't poor. You know, he didn't grow up in a rough neighborhood. He had a rough upbringing in the sense that like he lost his father at a very important age for a man. You know what I mean? But even him, like he was so fucking capable of reaching such high peaks. I mean, he signed with the Patriots and then catches his murder charge.
In what his gun in the bathroom mirror of his house. It's like, dude, come on.
I just think we as a society just not like not just as far as like professional athletes, but everybody, we like need to recognize mental illness as a real thing, and we need to do better.
Yeah,
agreed.
That and like as a whole, as a country, we need to provide better services for mental illness. Like, I mean, how
that's doing better. That's doing better, Julio.
Dude, back away from your microphone. I'm pretty sure he just messaged all of us saying, bro, can you tell him to quit eating sausage?
Dude, it's just, I don't know. I think we don't recognize it, right? Like, because, growing up in a rough neighborhood does, like, put you in a rough mindset. And a lot of that has to be dealt with, because even if we have a decent family at home, the neighborhood really has a serious effect on us, as far as like traumatizing us and making us very skittish to things that most people don't get to see on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
I don't walk around in public without being like super hyper alert.
I mean, growing up, we're essentially sponges. Like, we're taking in everything around us, right? Like no snitching is the universal rule. You know, growing up in the hood, like, you do not snitch whatsoever. And I remember you, Julio, like, you would always be paranoid, having like your back to like doors, you know, because like anything just pop up any second. So it's definitely something that just like, you know.
I mean, like I've said it on this show, like, there was that time where that dumbass came up behind me to steal my fucking umbrella when he put a gun in my head, and I had a cop drive right past me, look me in the face, and keep on going. You know, that shit
He didn't want to get shot, bro.
I know, he's a fucking bitch. He ain't no fucking guardian.
With a pellet?
No, it was a real gun, dude.
That was a joke, dumbass. It wasn't an actual fucking question.
Fuck you for making fun of my trauma, bitch ass.
Really? We're gonna go there?
Oh yeah.
Not on camera, bitch. I will destroy your fucking world with every other goddamn argument I've given.
Yes.
I mean,
so I guess
I could always just bring up the story that always hurts his feelings.
Oh, don't. Oh,
yeah.
We're gonna.
Do you really want to open that can of worms, you fucking asshole?
Hey, this ain't even with you, Ricky.
It don't matter.
I'm just gonna close
it, bro. Don't throw stones if you live in a glass house.
For real.
And then just to close out the Felix Verdejo conversation, he was officially denied bail today, so he's still going to be in federal prison just because the charges are so severe.
Rusty Miguel, get him, please.
Yeah, you got federal charges. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, shit. He should get the highest punishment in Puerto Rico, whatever that is.
Dude injected a woman, put her in a bag, punched her in the stomach, basically killing the baby, and threw her off a fucking bridge.
They should throw him in the ocean if he can make it to the States by swimming. He should then only have to serve like a 30-year prison sentence. But if he dies, he dies.
No, I got one. Fill an Olympic pool with sharks.
Or actually,
show him the water a little bit. Have him swim from one end to the other. If it makes it to the end, he's free to go.
If he makes it to the other end, he'll be eligible for parole in 30 years, maybe.
I read a comment that he should be, tied down to the airstrip on the Puerto Rico and just have planes land on him for 12 hours.
Land on him?
Or fly right above him?
Dude, he's gonna die the first one.
Land on him. So I think the first one kills him, but the other 11 are just for fun.
Dude, they're gonna be pilling him off the wheel.
Imagine a big ass jumbo jet just comes roaring in and blows him to pieces.
Hey guys, look, human donut.
They should inject them with a bunch of hallucinogens and then allow a group of like 12 women to just punch him.
Oh, dude, release him in a woman's prison while he's fucking.
I got one. They should put a gel cap filled with Flavor Flav's semen on his tongue.
Damn.
Rest in peace, Charlie Murphy.
Damn.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next joke. All right, a man walks up to a bartender and says, "I bet you $5,000 I could pee in a cup across the bar without missing." Bartender doesn't think this is possible, so he takes the bet. So the man starts peeing, and he pees all over the bar and even on the bartender, but nowhere near the cup. So the bartender started cheering, knowing he just won $5,000. So the man walks over to his friend, then walks over to the bartender and pays him the $5,000. The bartender asks him, "Why are you so happy? You just lost $5,000. And he says, "Well, I bet my friend $10,000 I could pee all over you, your bar, and you'd still cheer."
Nice.
Well played.
Damn, that's good.
That was good. That was fucking good.
Brother's still up 5,000.
Hey.
That's some
All
smart.
right, so now we come to the newest segment of the show, Dumbass of the Week.
Oh, yeah.
And we got a good one for you guys. So, Julio, I'll go ahead and let you take it away.
All right. I didn't think I'd be the first one to get this on the first try, but here we go.
I didn't think you'd actually come up you'd come up with an actual thing that we'd be excited to talk about.
I know. So these two YouTubers in Bali are decided to break local mask laws.
It's not the end of the world.
A week ago, and they filmed themselves breaking the laws by one of them pretty much painting light blue paint on her face to mimic a face mask and walking into a grocery store after having been stopped earlier and being told you cannot enter.
And we got footage.
Yes, we do.
Check it out.
Oh, you forgot a mask? I have an idea. Come on.
Are you ready? Just gotta trust me. I think it's gonna work. You gotta pull it away. Take your hair. I think I can be a good makeup artist. Wow, looks good. Final touch.
Would you believe me?
I think it looks pretty good to me.
Maybe you need to be more straight.
Where?
This white one.
This part right here? I'll put a little bit more white there. Yeah. Look on your left, right?
Wow, look at this. It looks so real.
Pretty real. This is mine, and that's yours. Just can't open your mouth and can't smile. Nothing.
Let's go.
Let's test it. One way to find out. All right.
Let's go.
Hello. Thank you. Keep working. Okay, we gotta get food.
We're back.
Okay, so the two people in question, Josh Palmer Lynn and Leah C., have had their passports confiscated by local police in Indonesia as a result of this video. Now, the punishments for this are pretty severe, right? It could be anywhere from a week in jail, what is equivalent to a $250 fine, or if you're a foreigner, deportation to any other country that's within 100 miles of the Indonesian border.
And actually, here's a really weird punishment that apparently they were enforcing back in, I think, February of this year.
Oh, doing
where
push-ups.
violators, they may do 50 push-ups if they could not pay the fine.
They were doing that last year in India.
That's good. You know, that's crazy. I just think this person is stupid as hell. Like, I've seen the video, like, before we watched it just now.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, the idea that they think this is funny. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I just don't know why most people, like, I've seen it happen countless times here in the States where people feel like you're infringing on their rights. They feel like they shouldn't be told what to do. But, like, tell me one place that you could go other than your own personal house where you don't have to follow a set of rules. Shit, even if I visit my mom's house, I'm still under her roof, so I got to follow her rules.
Exactly.
All right, you're out.
Man, you guys want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
So, you know, you guys know I live like Fairfield, Vacaville area.
Yeah.
Well, you know, my daughter likes to go to the park, but we still wear our mask. We have her wear a mask and try to keep social distance when playing with kids. But when we go to the park, we're the only family with masks. Everyone else is not wearing a mask. And this past time, there was like this kind of young couple, and the guy was being an asshole and was pretending to like cough and sneeze just to make my wife uncomfortable. And she straight up just like mean mugged him, and then he stopped. But I was like, that shit is not funny, asshole.
Wow, bro.
You should have called me, bro. I would have dealt that. I would have
go out
dealt
there and
that.
stop that.
That guy's definitely a contender for dumbass of the week. I gotta say.
My mama, bro, I would have dealt that for you because I would have been like, bro, if you're uncomfortable with me wearing this mask, you can go home.
For real.
Right.
Nigga, I'm in public. I can do what the fuck
I'm tired of the debate back and forth on whether or not you should wear a mask or not. Like, yes, don't get me wrong. I'm starting to take more advantage of the fact that, like, since I've been vaccinated, you know, the CDC says that if you've been vaccinated, it's okay for you to not have to wear your mask outside. But I'll still, like, if I go to a restaurant with my wife, like the other day, we went to, was it Sunday? Yeah, Sunday. I went to brunch with her mom and her mom's best friend because it was her mom's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
When we sat at the table and before our food even came, because her mom is a little older, her mom just turned 63. the whole time, because I was sitting next to her, the whole time I kept my mask on. You know, I only took my mask off to eat, and then when I got done eating, I put my mask back on. But the idea that like, oh well, I have rights, and yeah, I do have rights, right? Like I could do as I please because I have rights, but my rights stop the minute that I'm violating somebody else's safety.
Correct.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I would never put my rights over somebody else's life.
And you know, like I never thought that would be like an issue. Like I think as a society, we always think about, well, I at least do. You always think about other people's safety, right? You know, but you got people on the freeway speeding and shit like maniacs. You got dumbasses in the hood lighting up like freaking entire blocks with gunshots. But now, wearing a mask, that's too much.
It's been politicized, and that's the horrible thing, right? Like, I mean, think about this. We got Joe Rogan telling his guest that's like 20-something that he doesn't vaccinate his kids, and he doesn't see the need for him because he's 20-something to vaccinate himself because he's healthy and all this other shit. When in reality,
one, yeah, I remember that one. And a few days ago, he was on TMZ where basically he apologized and told people to get the vaccine. I honestly think that was a joke, but when they were reporting on it, it just kind of seems like someone probably said some shit like, dude, you got too big of an audience for your ass to be going around saying this shit. Like, you need to apologize.
And that's
the thing is that like it's just a selfish viewpoint. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, yes,
super selfish.
If you're young and you're healthy, yeah, you might get away with not getting super sick from the vaccine, but you don't know until you actually get the disease.
Yeah,
but the problem with that is that, like, even if you, like, for example, you're healthy as a person, let's say that I caught COVID, right? And I was asymptomatic. That doesn't mean that everybody that I come across while I'm sick will also be asymptomatic.
Exactly. Which means
we're not getting the vaccine
to
for ourselves. We're getting the vaccine to protect the rest of the herd.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of the vaccine. It's not necessarily just to protect you. It's to protect other people around you so that way you're not the one spreading it.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when like the pandemic first started, there was this like story of this young adult that neglected, guidelines and was pretty much, traveling the world. He was in Spain, visiting places with a lot of people. He comes back home and basically gives his mom COVID, and the mom dies. And he's like, yo, I regret like being so carefree because I essentially just killed my mom, because all the stupid shit I was doing. And then you got, recently all the spring breakers, they're young, they're healthy. He's like, I'm not going to catch it. And maybe you don't, but you're putting other people that live in those communities that you're, being notorious at risk. And
that was like my biggest reason for getting vaccinated. Was like, my parents are older and I don't want, I'm around people who could have it. I don't want to catch it and give it to them.
I think it's American culture. Like, as far as American culture teaches us, worry about yourself, build yourself up, get your wealth. Don't care about who you have to step over, right? But what they don't teach you is the side effects of that, like the ripple effects that it causes. Like, yeah, the higher you climb up the ladder, the more people you step on, the wealthier you'll be, right?
It builds up and follows you.
Okay, whatever, bro. I'll just shut the fuck up. Go ahead.
Well, I think Julio's just gonna repeat what you're saying.
He didn't even get the rest of his whole statement out.
Actually, I don't think he was. Something. Go ahead, Julio. Say what you gotta say, bro.
I don't got shit to say.
Nah, bro, go ahead.
He clearly had something to say while he was talking.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, it's like, as you're doing it, you're just building up this toxic cloud, and you don't give a shit who the fuck gets fucking like caught up in it and breathes that shit and breathes in that toxicity.
Damn, I really wish Ricky finished his thought.
Completely missed the point that I was getting at.
All right, finish the point, right?
Okay, so my entire point here was that, like, American culture teaches us to build ourselves up, make our wealth. Doesn't matter who you step over. But what it doesn't fucking teach you is that the higher you climb and the more people you step over, the lonelier you're gonna be.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So, like, even right now, like with that dude that traveled the world and went through Spain, like, he did all this and built himself up, got all these memories, went to all these places, saw all these things, but at the expense of his mother.
Yep, because now every single one of those memories is tainted by the fact that when you came home, you killed your mother.
Yep.
So that's exactly what I'm getting at. Like, they don't teach you that. Like, you know, we have all these like young 20-something-year-olds that are making this a massive amount of money. Like in the neighborhood that my mother used to live in, I saw some of the tech people buy 2-3 houses in the block so that they could tear them down and build this massive house, right? But in exchange, the people that were in that neighborhood prior to them didn't even want to associate with them. Like, I saw people walking up and down the street, walking their kids that lived in those bigger houses,
Right.
and nobody wanted to fuck with them. Why? Because you're not actually paying attention to how you're affecting the neighborhood that you're moving into. You're not actually paying attention to the fact that, like, when you make one choice, it closes 2-3 doors for you.
Especially when it's a choice born out of selfishness.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you bought 3 houses to build a gigantic ass one. Now everybody's got to stare at your big ugly ass house.
What's wrong with remodeling the one you bought?
And you put 2 families that were there before you out of a home.
Like, why didn't you just rent those other 2 houses out?
Yeah, and
America teaches that you need bigger and better, bro. America teaches you that even though you have 1 kid, you need that 6-room house.
Yeah,
I'm fine with a 3
you
or 4.
need the movie room, the gym,
yeah,
the office,
bowling alley,
the game room, the bar.
Your
man, you got a little bridge to connect.
Record for podcast.
The she shed.
Man, but I mean, just to tie it back to this original article about Bali and breaking the rules, I'm actually going to propose that they need a stricter, bigger punishment, because 50 push-ups is not going to incentivize people against wearing masks to wear them. They'll be like, fuck it, I'll do 50 push-ups.
Yeah, but deportation is pretty good. Deportation is a pretty good one.
Deportation towards foreigners.
I mean, I think the fine I was reading in the article was like only $7.
How about this? 30 minutes in the gulag.
But $7 in Bali is way different than $7 here in America, right?
And who knows if these people are making Bali money or American money, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, like, for example, here in the States, what do you guys pay for your cell phones?
About 50 a month.
Like,
about just for your phone, or is it for everybody's phone though?
Because like my line.
Exactly. So like for my line, I'm spending about $50 to $60 a month, right? But
45.
My dad in Mexico, I spent $120 on paying a full year's service for him.
Oh, shit.
Dude.
That's what I mean. So $7 in Bali could be way more money than what $7 is to us. Because like $7 here won't even get us a Big Mac.
Yeah, and that's why like if it's a tourist, like, you gotta pay $700. Because obviously like one thing that happens too as you get bigger and better and more wealth is that you start thinking that the laws don't apply to you because you can pay for the fines. So you're fucking breaking them. Like, oh, a speeding ticket, here you go. Yeah,
you can pay way out of anything.
I've always felt like citations and violations should be kind of tied to your annual income, so you feel the hurt equal.
Definitely.
Oh,
you make $200,000 a year.
Agree.
Here's a $2,000 speeding ticket.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, going back to our original story, like I don't know if you guys noticed in that video, they actually thought this shit was funny.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
laughing and all that shit.
Bro, it was, I don't know. It's just, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, but like, I mean, you guys know me. I grew up being a fucking troll. So even that, like, to me, wasn't even like worthy of being troll work. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
that, I gotta say this to these kids.
Stop breaking the law, asshole! Nice. And I just found a little detail here that sticks out. The chick is actually a Russian citizen. So can you imagine she'd have done that shit in Russia?
She probably
has done that shit in Russia.
She wouldn't have.
She wouldn't have.
I don't think she would have.
Here's my thing.
Because in Russia,
read the article, apparently their lawyer had them issue an apology. So their lawyer had them issue an apology. And to be honest, like after watching that video, like y'all shouldn't even apologize. Cause I'm pretty sure it's half baked, half sincere. You don't mean it.
They don't give a fuck.
It's insincere. It was written by somebody. So
like, just read the prompt.
Yeah, here's your script.
We are very sorry, and we hope y'all have a nice day. We apologize. That's probably what it was. Oh, yeah.
That's what I say to that.
Yo, so Bulls? What's going on with that? Is that pregnant woman that got caught in a robbery?
All right, so this is pretty much what happened. So a pregnant woman, pregnant with triplets, unfortunately gets caught in a robbery.
Yeah.
The robber fires 3 bullets, and all 3 hit the woman in the stomach, and the 3 bullets lodge in all 3 babies. She gets rushed to the hospital, and the doctors check her out, and he tells her, "You're fine. The babies are fine. We're not gonna go in and remove the bullets because it would be too risky. But in about 12, 13 years, they should pass normally." So 13 years later, one daughter runs up and says, Mom, you'll never guess what happened. Peed out a bullet. So the mother says, "Honey, sit down. Let me tell you a story." Second daughter runs in and says, Mom, guess what? Peed a bullet. So the mom says, "I'm going to tell you the same story I'm going to tell your sister." And the son comes in and says, Mom. She interrupts him and says, "Let me guess. You peed out a bullet?" Son says, No. I was masturbating and I shot the cat.
Damn, that's bold.
I thought it was a real story for a second, and then it's like, "Oh no,
For real, me too, bro." I was like, "Oh my god, a woman with triplets got shot."
I'm sorry. I definitely read ahead, and I had to set him up for this.
Oh
It's
man,
I'm glad you did, bro.
you had to keep moving."
That was perfect.
I had no clue this was like a joke. I thought it was real.
All right, what's the last article, Bulls?
All right, so what are you doing? That's the next segment. So we got the Minden PD there's an investigation behind an incident. First, a little backstory. So this man was walking his grandson to school, and he apparently had a seizure and fell in the bushes. So the neighbors called 911. The police showed up. When they tried to help him, the man kind of got combative. And they basically, dogpiled on him, tried to get him to comply. And some bystanders were videotaping this, and we actually got a clip of it. So let's go ahead and roll it.
Well, tonight, a Minden police officer on administrative leave for his actions in this incident captured on cell phone video just this morning. That officer was seen kicking a man who was being subdued by 4 other officers. The use of force is at the center of that incident. A witness recorded much of it. The Minden police chief tells KSLA News 12 it's under investigation. Well, our chief investigative reporter, Stacey Cameron, has been going through this video, and he's here tonight in studio to report on what he's uncovered. Stacey.
Police Chief Steve Cropper on the phone today. He says he had concerns with the actions of one of his officers, the one seen here kicking the man on the ground, whose name is Rabbi Bailey. The chief says it all started with a call about a man laying near a road, but soon after the 2 officers arrived, they were calling for backup. In this video, you see 5 officers trying to handcuff the man. They say the man resisted help and fought back when they tried to move him from a yard where he had been laying in bushes. But things escalated after a struggle, and officers tried to handcuff him. In the video, as you're seeing, one officer punching him after another officer kicked him. Officers were able to get cuffs on him, we're told. The ambulance service did not want to transport him because he appeared to be impaired. So the officers took him to the hospital. He's been charged with marijuana possession, and we're told he will likely face other charges as well. But there is a question about whether or not the man suffered a seizure at some point, either before or during his arrest. On that video, you can hear a witness saying he had a seizure. But the police chief tells us he's reviewed all video footage and concluded he did not suffer a seizure. We asked if the Minden officers were wearing body cameras or if there's dash camera footage from the police cruisers, but we haven't heard back on that. Doug?
And we're back. All right, so 1, the kids, so the grandchild was autistic. 2, he had 1, he's a veteran. 2, he has a, I forgot what his condition was. I think it's epilepsy. But in his seizures, afterwards, because he's disoriented, he becomes combative because he's confused. Now, in the video, and there were multiple videos because there were multiple people. But I watched at least 2 of them. Some people said, "Hey, he's having an episode. He's disoriented." And even the family issued a statement that like sometimes it's difficult with his dealing with his seizures because he becomes combative afterwards because he's disoriented, he's confused, he doesn't know where he is or what's going on. And y'all, like if y'all saw, like one of the officers was kicking, and then right after kicking him, another one started punching him, and they didn't get off him until they turned around and realized they were being recorded.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and the chief issued a statement saying the man was resisting arrest and that he was not having an episode. How the hell do you know? Were you there?
Here's what I don't get, dude. Most cops don't have anything more than just basic first aid training, so they're not gonna know shit of what to look for when someone has a seizure.
And here's the thing that fucked me up about it. So you get like one, how the hell did you get there if someone didn't call? Like, I'm pretty sure they didn't call say, hey, this guy's doing some weird shit in my bushes.
No, somebody literally legit called, hey, this man just freaking fell to the ground and he's unconscious.
I hope the cops wrote the kid a tardy slip saying like he was late to school because they're beating up his grandpa. Because that shit was like
they were whooping his grandpa.
Yeah, you imagine the poor kid. He's autistic. He's like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, I mean, he literally had to see the whole thing. Like it was saddening to see him with his whole backpack, just like what is going on. Like,
but yeah, no, I think definitely this goes back to the situation where I don't believe in defunding the police. I just think we need to redirect some of those resources into better training, reallocate them. You know, teach de-escalation situations, teach what to look for when somebody's having a mental episode.
I think they should have training year round.
Most cops should be required to be an EMT for 6 months prior to becoming a police officer, because that would give them a lot, just so like a ball of knowledge that they just don't have.
Did y'all hear the excuse from the police officer that actually kicked the grandpa?
No.
So he basically justified his action saying that he kicked them in a place that wouldn't cause permanent damage.
Yeah, he did say that. And
he also said that after the kick, they were able to put handcuffs on him. So it's like it worked. So it's like it's kind of like saying like I would have done it again because of my kick, which was completely unnecessary from that video I saw. They were able to kind of control them, put them in cuffs.
So I'm pretty sure, like if I get a chance, I'm going to see if I can find the 911 call just to get, more perspective on what was said. But I'm pretty sure they said he had an episode. And fine, they don't know that, he gets disoriented. But I mean, I'm not going to say a majority of people, because people who have seizures come out differently from it. Some come out tired, some come out combative.
Here's a question I have as I'm watching this. Where's the fire department and the ambulance in this?
Okay, so they said that they didn't want to get involved because he was being combative.
But here's the thing, right? If somebody called 911 and said, hey, there's a man down on the ground, they should have been responding first.
Yeah, they got there, but they literally stepped back and let the police subdue him before they wanted to render aid. So really, it's a loss all the way around on this one.
Yeah, that's a big fail on the whole emergency response system. Right there. Sure.
Yeah, no.
And think about the kid. Like, one, he's watching all this shit go down. What is going through his head?
How crazy would it have been if he watches? How crazy would it have been if he watches grandpa whoop all the asses?
On some more combat shit.
He goes to school, bro. He's like, my grandpa beat up the popos.
Man, I'm calling BS on
Mr. Miyagi.
So basically, they end up arresting the grandpa, if I recall correctly, on possession of marijuana. I'm calling BS. I think they planned that.
That's bullshit.
Oh yeah, that's bullshit.
Not saying our veterans don't, when they need to, but
hey, but they deserve it. I'm sorry, anybody that served our country, if you got to choke up every once in a while, do your thing.
Yeah,
do your thing, man.
Seriously, do what you gotta do on the line.
They probably seen shit that I can't even handle. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure they have.
Dude,
great.
But that's just another he was black. So I'm not really going for the race one on this one. I'm pretty much going towards the unnecessary use of force.
Oh,
definitely.
Like if the just really needed the help, all these dudes had to do was just kind of hold down his arms and legs for the first few 20 seconds he's coming out of that shit until he regains consciousness and kind of gets oriented with what's going on around him. That's it.
So is it just me, or does it seem like police officers are trying to get their fucking police beatings in before there's a reform?
Perhaps.
Hurry up, Jimmy! Time's running out. We gotta beat somebody.
The trainees are coming in. They're like, "Look, you got to
How about this
as much as
grandpa?
possible in the next 6 months."
How about this grandpa's having a seizure? He seems like he can't fight back.
Damn, Jose. No mercy.
Yeah, seriously, man, that was a pretty raw statement.
Jose. Finish
And
him.
with that, and on those heroic words, it's time to end. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw you guys this last joke, and we'll close it out for the night.
All right.
All right. So a kid was in class and yells out, "Hey, teach, gotta piss." So the teacher got mad and asked her students, "Class, can anyone think of a better word to use than the word piss?" Girl raised her hand and said the word urinate. The teacher agreed and told the boy, "You can go to the bathroom if you can use the word urinate in a sentence." So the boy thinks for a second and then says, "Well, teach, urinate, but if you had bigger tits, you'd be a 10.
Nice.
Whoa.
Well played,
Damn.
kid. Well played.
Nice.
Well fucking played.
Got that one from the Redneck Dictionary. Kidding.
Yo, let's remind the audience.
Hey, look, it's Sub Tuballard. I can hear him breathing, trying to put that mask on.
Yeah, I know.
Crazy how the breath he gets just for minimal exercise.
Lifting one arm. Oh, anyway, so let's go ahead and close this out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and of course, comment. That mask giveaway won't give itself away. Wow, that was the dumbest thing I could have said. Anyway, remember to comment with your best dumbass of the week with the hashtag dumbass of the week or DOTW. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you guys on the next episode.
Just feel free to vote. I won't be offended.
Did he just fucking
Later,
throw
guys.
it? He fucking quit.